If we could roll the video of the drone footage of the mobile launcher, this is essentially a top-down look of the entire mobile launcher, and this is the side that faces the rocket as it lifted off. You can see all the umbilicals in the retracted position, and we will go all the way down to the deck of the mobile launcher here. And we do have a little bit of discoloration simply from the heat of the rocket, but all of the interfaces are in good shape. The mobile launcher itself it has a little bit of damage to it, but it will be ready to fly the crewed launch on Artemis 2. And here we are looking down into the flame trench. The damage that we did see pertained to really just a couple of areas on the zero deck. If we could pull up the image of the elevator doors, we did. All right, so here we're seeing the image of the mobile launcher deck. We have exhaust that comes out of the solid boosters that is right at 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. And we had a large amount of water come out of the water birds and the water sound suppression system to keep the deck protected. You can see here that the water sound suppression did a great job, with the exception of right around the edges of the flame trench. If we could go to the next photo. And here you're simply seeing some of the paint discolored and paint removed. This is the entire deck of the mobile launcher, and you see the two tail service mast umbilicals that are in the foreground on the right. Our launch director, Charlie Blackwell Thompson, says she walked into the tail service mast umbilicals, and they were pristine inside. So all of the enclosures and all of the close-up activities to basically button this thing up as the rocket was lifting off protected all the hardware there. There's our elevator doors. The elevator system is not functioning right now. We had the world's most powerful rocket, and the pressure basically blow the doors off of our elevators. This is why it took a little longer to inspect the mobile launcher. Is a very tall structure, and right now the elevators are inoperable, and we need to get those back into service. And then if we look at the next photo, I love this photo. When I saw it, I was like, wow. This is one of the cameras on the zero deck of the mobile launcher being looked at from the 274-foot level on one of the towers. So you can see, again, the heat of the boosters scorching the camera. The camera housing survived, but it just goes to show the environment there on the zero deck is not the friendliest when you have the world's most powerful rocket lifting off. Again, that said, we did a thorough inspection of the mobile launcher, and it has passed. The only items that are noteworthy of damage are the ones that I've shown you there. We did have two cameras out. We also did have some damage to pneumatic lines associated with gaseous nitrogen and gaseous helium, and that in turn caused the oxygen sensors on the pad to show that there were low oxygen readings until we got the leaks in the pneumatic lines isolated, which is why it took a little longer to gain access out at the pad. In terms of did we find any flight items? You don't want to find flight items at the pad, right? In terms of did we find flight items, we found two. The first was the booster throat plug material, which is purposefully expelled from the throat of each booster at liftoff when the boosters ignite. And we did find that in the pad perimeter. We did need a little bit of time to map that out. That is a very normal thing, finding the booster throat plug material. And then we did find one piece of the RTV material from the Orion spacecraft. It is unclear whether that was actually liberated during launch or whether that was released during the hurricane, but it was found on the infield. So overall, again, a very clean system. The exploration ground systems exceeded our performance. We did have a little bit of damage, and the mobile launcher will be ready to support Artemis 2, and we had accounted for that